So for my last video this year, I thought I'd review a movie that most people probably won't have heard of, though if you have, great. The movie is called Another Earth. It came out, I think, back in October. It is directed by Mike Cahill and stars Britt Marling and William Mapother. It's got a really odd storyline concerning a girl who is driving one night after some partying, and she crashes into a car where this man and wife and son is, and she kills the pregnant mother and the son, leaving the dad. 4 years later, she's out of jail and she's working at this school as a janitor. But that's not all. On the same night as she crashes into these people, whoever it is has discovered this duplicate planet Earth that's like right across the way. I don't know how far it is away, but it's like you can clearly see it in the sky, and it's right there, and it's a exact duplicate of Earth, supposedly. They don't really focus on the planet itself. They mention it, they make radio contact with somebody on the other side, and apparently, like, on this other Earth is an exact duplicate of your person, though they're not entirely certain if, like, that same person has the memories that you do, and if they have the same likes, dislikes, whatever. So they're not entirely certain if the person on the other side that is you is like you in every other way, which kind of freaks me out, but thankfully this is a movie, not reality. But that's more like the secondary storyline, oddly enough, because the main storyline focuses on the girl and how she finds out that the dad was actually a composer, and how he's living in this house. He's, you know, living like a pig, really. And she goes there and kind of, through a free trial, becomes his cleaning lady, and they form this really, like, in reality this probably wouldn't happen at all, but maybe. But they kind of start this relationship, and they eventually become romantic for like a brief scene. And while this is happening, there's apparently a contest where there's an aircraft that will take a select number of people up in, you know, the air to the planet. What I found odd about this movie was that it's called Another Earth, but they don't focus on the other Earth, because the thing was that they have a really good concept here. And I'm not saying that it's a bad movie, it's not a bad movie, but they have a concept here that's really good, it's really intriguing, but I would have really liked it if they had focused on, like, everyone who was going to go on the trip, you know, who they were, the different people, them interacting, you know, because they have to train for the trip, then them going up, and then them experiencing this other Earth. I feel like the main storyline between the girl and this guy really was like a separate story entirely for a different movie entirely, and it was really just like this other Earth was kind of a backdrop for this main storyline, and I don't get why that was. The ending surprised me, which it will probably surprise all of you if you see it, and if you have seen it, it probably surprised you. But the ending kind of upset me because when it ended, I had so many questions, but I knew none of them would be answered. So overall, I did like Another Earth. I'm going to give it 3 out of 5 stars. Fun fact, oddly enough, this year we had the lowest attendance rate at the movies since 1995. And, you know, that's considering we had all these huge releases. You know, we had all these movies in the IMAX, we had all the 3D movies. That's why it's low, because no one wants to pay for 3D. Though, given how there were a lot of people in the 3D showings that I went to, that's not exactly true. But you get the idea. So, that is 2011. I will see you next year, hopefully with a lot better movies. Of course we will. Dark Knight Rises, The Hobbit, Avengers, tons more. Yeah, it's gonna be good.